Morning. Right, just gonna, as I normally say, I'm just gonna get straight into it. As entrepreneurs, which we are, just waiting to find our path, waiting to find our right niche to go into, waiting to find our moment. I just want to talk about one of my favourite entrepreneurs of all time. Not just him being just an entrepreneur, he was American. I'm not going to hold that against him. We can never be blamed, or we can never have blame for where we were born anyhow. Not saying there's anything wrong or I've got anything against Americans anyhow, because he's one of my favourites. Entrepreneurs, writers, publisher, authors of all time anyhow. So just having a little bit of fun with that. What we have to do anyhow, I believe anyhow, in the community that I'm talking to, who are like-minded, who are just thinking about betterment within themselves, mentally, physically, spiritually. This guy for me was, I got into him by quotes, and I love quotes because I love to break them down bit by bit to get my meaning on them and what they mean to me, because all quotes are going to mean something different to somebody else, even though the author might have says, okay, this is what it means to him or her. I'm going to tell you, this guy, he did things, well, he's well known for, obviously, the things like he wrote a lot, very intelligent guy, but he's mainly known for his novels of Tom Sawyer and the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So some of you will know that this guy who I'm talking about, his name is Mark Twain. Some of his things that I've had to just hold my head and go, you know what, wow. This guy, how did he just think of these things? Obviously circumstances, and he's been through some of this as well, and just watching life and seeing how people operate or how they don't operate. But yeah, as I saying, because we are all like-minded enough to hopefully have a talent to do something for our benefits, to benefit ourselves, to make ourselves better. Because I'm going to drop a few quotes now, all right? Because don't forget, my posts are all inspirational. I'm not giving no negativity out there whatsoever. Don't need to. Why should I? I'm hearing enough of that through, as you know, what I normally say, through the news, through the papers, through the media, and through other people as well, when I'm hearing other conversations, which I'm not going to get wrapped up into, which I don't need to. This is, I've just got my sports gear on at the moment anyhow, so I'm very relaxed just before I go off to the school where I work at, to have a great time with the kids there. So yeah, but getting straight into this anyhow. See, sometimes I say this is me, and it's just the way that my right side of my brain works anyhow, where I'll say, you know what, I'm going to get straight into it, then I'll go off on a little bit of a tangent. But you know, this is just the way that I am and the way that I'm built anyhow. But I always come back onto the point what I first started out to crack onto, because now we're already like 4 minutes in or something like that. So Mark Twain, yeah, his quotes for me have really helped me just see things in a different light and break things down, and to also reflect on myself and what's inside and what I want to do and how I want to do it. And I don't think there's anything better. That's why I love to read. I love to read, and as I say, I'll always have one of these at my side, always just to make sure that the words that I'm using and saying I'm saying correctly. Or sometimes what I'll do is on my phone, I'll say the word to get the meaning, and it'll give you the meaning, I'll give you the actual pronunciation of it. So just to make sure that I've got that right. But yeah, with Mark Twain himself, I need a dictionary also. But he was just amazing for me. So his quotes, like one of his quotes I have on my pancake, I have my pancake business, so it's just in front of my grills so that so no one leans over and burns himself. But on the front of it, basically it's saying about we're all here for a reason, but it's about finding out your purpose. And when you do find out your purpose, you'll know why you were born. You definitely know why you were born. But I will talk about that quote at a later date anyhow, and why it's so special to me. But anyhow, one of his quotes goes something like this: "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." Most people who look to work for themselves are going to business, be an entrepreneur for themselves. The reason why they do it is because they can't work for somebody else, main reason, and they want better for themselves. And sometimes it's because they can't take being ordered about by somebody else and how to do things in a certain way, because I like to do my things in a certain way, and I feel happy when I'm doing it that way, my way. As the tune goes, I did it my way. And why not? And why shouldn't you do it that way? But going back on that quote, it's if you've come from humble, as I'll call it, humble, poor beginnings, where you're looking to try and better yourself, better oneself, better your family situation. We do come from that so-called the gutter, where sometimes we feel low, we feel lost, we feel depressed, we feel anxious, we feel like, what corner do I have to turn for everything to work out and it's right for me? But we have to go through, for me, this is what the saying is: if you are in a gutter and you are feeling low, you know what? If you can look up and you are seeing stars, you've got something to aim for. This is what it means to me. You don't have to stay in the wet, in the stink, in the gutter that's bringing down all the rubbish and somebody else's crap, and it's hitting you from every angle. No, to me, it's like, if you're looking up with a purpose.